Hello there, how are you? I hope all is well and everything is absolutely amazing on your end. Welcome back on my channel. You're listening to Light Channelings once again, and today I am back with a new psychic reading for all of you. There are a lot of messages that I have for all of you today, so I'd request you and urge you to stay with me and stick with me till the end patiently and listen to all the messages because they are going to bring you a lot of clarity and insights on your journey. Okay, so there is a lot going on which looks like a repeating pattern, whereas I see that the mother figure of your counterpart is causing trouble and problems. And if this has been a case with you which is consistently going on for years, then the thing is that she's still being stubborn, adamant and rigid with her ways. Okay, but the good news is that other people in the family are now healing and letting go of their rigidity and stubbornness. They are opening up for more possibilities and perspectives. They're allowing change in their life, and it looks like someone in your counterpart's family, most likely going to be their father, is helping them make moves and change their ways. Your counterpart is struggling with guilt and regret for what they've done to you in the past and how they've cheated on you, have betrayed you and broke your heart, especially if they left you for someone else, and especially if they lied on you and went back in another direction with someone else. They are deeply regretful for whatever they've done. They won't show it to you because that feels like a hit on their ego, but deep down inside they know they've done you wrong, they've done you dirty, and they'll have to pay the price for that. Or if that's not the case, they are paying the price for that. That's why they are regretful, remorseful and in deep guilt about that. They want to change situations and circumstances in between both of you. They want to mend things in between both of you, but there are problems and limitations that either they've put upon themselves or people in their life are putting it on themselves, like their mother, their sister, especially the feminine energy in their life who is dominantly influencing them in negative ways, because the feminine individuals in their life are operating out of their distorted feminine energy. They are not balanced, they are not positive. Instead, they like to control, cling on to things, people, places and situations, and just are desperate for attention, especially from men in their life. Or like if it's their father, they want all of their attention, and especially if they haven't got positive love, acceptance, appreciation from their father or their husband or people in their life who hold the masculine energy, they desperately cling on to someone who is on a lower position than them, like their brothers or men in their life who are not as wise or powerful as they should be, comparing with them. I hope you get the point straight, loud and clear. That's the problem here. Okay, so that's why the feminine energies, because they are arrogant and are operating out of their ego, they cling on to your masculines because your masculine counterpart is not uh, giving them answers possibly, or is just not taking stand for themselves because they love their family but they do not understand what healthy boundaries mean in love. And it's because that it's because they haven't learned that. No one has ever taught them that boundaries are needed in relationships, especially in family relationships. That's why everyone likes to step over them and gain control over other people's lives. So that's what is happening. But the thing is that overall there are changes coming up ahead which are going to bring in positive healing solutions and resolutions for you, so you should look out for that. But other than all of this, I'm seeing that your counterpart's wish is to reconcile and reunite with you, give you an offer, give you a judgment, but at the same time they know that they've done you so wrong. You might not believe in them anymore, you wouldn't trust them anymore, and you may end up rejecting them. So that is something which makes them move back and forth in taking an action, and that's why there is no movement. Because one thing is that it's their ego, and they don't want to get hurt by you or get rejected, because they do not want to feel defeated or neglected by you because of their ego, arrogance and pride. And other than that, they just know that they've done you so wrong. You might not just you just might not entertain them, or it's a fear within them which makes them think and believe that there is nothing left in this connection and they should possibly move on. But then there are people coming in your counterpart's life who are going to push them to at least give it a try, by saying that you haven't even tried for once and you think that you've lost everything, or there is no chance in this connection. Have you tried to make things right with her? Have you even tried to apologize to her? That's how somehow your counterpart's ego, pride and arrogance is going to come down, is what I'm seeing. It's what's being shown. Okay, the thing is that everything that is happening is just a test, and you are being tested as to how patient you can be, or how much patience you can show to the universe when it's working, or while it's working for the fruition of your dreams, desires and ambitions. It's often a test or a blessing in disguise when you are being asked out to be patient and wait for your dreams and desires to come to fruition while you do not see anything happening. Okay, that's the greatest test one has to go through, and that's what's happening. Because without patience and without wait, you cannot pass the test of time when it comes to the matters of love, especially unconditional love. And you can pick up any example of divine ascended masters who were the greatest examples of twin flames. None of their journeys were easy, right? They all had to go through what you're going through, and even worse than what you're going through. But we won't compare you with them. It's just that everyone has a divine destiny and purpose to fulfill. So that's what it is. Your story is different than them, but the thing is that at the end of the day, the lessons are all same. So you should focus and worry about those things. You should focus and worry about learning your lessons instead of looking at what's happening on the other side and things like that. Okay, yes, there are problems coming from their family members still. That could be a case with you. That's why that is coming up. Or it's just that the feminine energies or individuals in your counterpart's life are acting out of their character and are being really, really rigid, stubborn, and what's the word? Nosy? Yeah, you can say that. Who likes to interfere in other people's business, and who just like to create drama, conflict, and just spread negativity, because that's what makes them feel powerful and satisfied within themselves. It's just that, as I said already, they are not operating out of positivity, but they are just acting out of that distorted energy. They have within them, so that calls for healing. So you shouldn't worry about all of this, because at the end of the day, this is a divine connection. Divine is in control and is always going to be in control of everything that's going to happen in this connection, right? So you should just focus on your goals, your ambitions, and what you can do. Yes, at times it's not easy, especially when you are aging or are already old. Not old, I mean, I'm not trying to say that you don't deserve love. I'm just trying to say that there is this pressure society puts upon women, that she has to get settled before a certain age limit, and once that's being crossed, she is usually looked as a burden, or is perceived of as a burden. People start to look at her in different ways and start to put labels upon her, and that at times can really be distressing and can really deteriorate a person's mental health. So that's why I said it's not easy for a woman to wait for someone or keep up hopes for a divine connection when she sees nothing but setbacks, obstacles, delays, challenges, and enemy attacks from here and there all over. That's what I mean, and that's why I said definitely it's not easy, but at the same time, because you are on a divine journey, these are all tests and challenges for you. Because settling down and just following the bullshit rules of society is easy. A lot of women, a lot of girls have already done that, and you can see their lives. They're miserable. Most of them are. Yes, they look happy on social media, but you can see from the examples of your closed ones who are who you are acquainted with, and you can see how they live their life with the man in their lives they got settled with. Do not respect them, do not treat them right. Instead, they look down on them as something which I mean, as something they hold the rights upon. They can humiliate them, they can insult them, they can harass them, and no one's going to come for their rescue because they are married and things like that. I'm just trying to explain what happens behind the scenes, and not everything that looks rosy and glossy and dazzling on the surface is actually the reality behind the scenes and behind the closed doors. Okay, that's what I'm saying. It's just a label society likes to put on people, that they are settled, but what happens behind the scenes is a different story. Okay, you can find out thousands of examples where women have had to leave abusive marriages and relationships they got settled into because of their friends, family members, or to actually please society's standards. So that's what I'm saying. That's why I said that's what I mean when I'm saying that yes, it's not easy, we can understand that, but at the same time you are being tested and challenged to make different choices and decisions for your life, and definitely it's not going to be easy. I saw number 1414 right when I said that, and it actually confirms something that is going on in your life, which is about the upheaval that you're going through, the obstacles, the challenges, which are definitely overwhelming for you to deal with, and at the same time you're all alone, or you feel all alone, because it's just you and the divine. It's just signs, synchronicities, numbers, feathers, symbols, messages, readings, guidance, and you. That's all. Nothing else is happening. So it's not that easy for you to keep up your hopes. I'm just being raw truthful and straightforward with you, because I do not want to sugarcoat anything here. I'm just letting everything come in front of you as it is. Your counterpart is realizing that they've destroyed a divine connection because they were still looking for other options, or were interested in exploring more options, because their friends influenced them into thinking that why are you settling when there are more things to look for and explore. They are understanding all of that right now. Okay, they are in deep reflection and contemplation mode. They are thinking about everything, what they've done in their life, how they've destroyed this connection, or at least messed it up to such an extent where you are on the edge of leaving them for good, and they are on the edge of losing everything, losing that other person and losing you at the same time. That's what's happening right now, because that connection is not working. It will never work out because it was never built on the foundation of truth, honesty, integrity, love, obviously, and things like that. Instead, it was based on checklist. You look good, I look good, you please me, I please you, I give you attention, you give me attention times tenfold, things like that. I give you one gift, you give me 10 other things, something like that. I'm not going to go into details about that thing, but the thing is that it's a karmic connection, and it's bound to come to an end. It's bound to get shattered, collapsed, and demolished through way of divine intervention. And that's what your counterpart is realizing and understanding. They can clearly see the difference. Okay, now they can saturate what's pure and what was false, what was mixed with other filtered things. Okay, that's what they are realizing and understanding. So you should basically focus on developing and tapping into your inner spirituality. See, good outcomes are there, positive outcomes are there, and all of these issues are just going to get resolved. The thing is that the wait and the patience and the tests while you're waiting and while you're being patient, the changes that come from nowhere, which actually feel like your whole world is shaken to the core, that's where the test comes. Okay, so this reading is not about when your counterpart is going to come back and if they are coming back or not. They are already at a spot where they have to make a decision, and they are choosing you or are going to choose you, because this is a divine connection, and that's a divine will. It's already written in the destiny for a lot of you. And I'm not saying this because I want to say this to you. I'm saying this because of the signs and the guidance I've received for all of you. If universe is showing you that this connection is meant to be, and there is someone from the past who's going to come back in your life, that's what's going to happen. That's already there. You already know it. But when it doesn't happen, and when you get messages like, oh, you need to be patient and you need to wait, that's when things feel a little difficult, and that's when you start to lose hope, and that's when you start to get distracted, because that's the challenge and that's the test universe is bringing you with, or presenting you with, for you to deal with. And I told you, it's not easy, and most of the times it's revolving around breaking the patterns, the templates, breaking free from society imposed or family imposed restrictions, constraints that they've put on women, especially women, not only women. Yes, there are things which restrict men as well from living their life truthfully, honestly, and follow their dreams and ambitions and being actually true to themselves. they are also being held back from those things. So that's the challenge and the test on your counterpart side, where they have to deal with their mother or their father or their siblings or people in their life who actually try to impose their own limitations and standards and thoughts and beliefs to control them and manipulate them into pleasing society or just their family in general. So that's the test on them, and this is a test on you. For you do you, they are going to do them, and what's right for them. Universe is going to guide both of you, and yes, it's just that it's a matter of time. Once you learn your lessons, things will start to fall into the place. And yes, divine timing is the message. Divine timing is the message. Okay, so this was the psychic reading. I hope you enjoyed listening to me, and I hope this brought some clarity to you. Yeah, okay, that's all for now. I'll be back very soon. Till that time, please take care of yourself and your loved ones. Bye bye.